So I promised you yesterday we would do the sadhana. But do you have any questions before we start? Ant lady.
You told us that Buddha cannot save us. We have to do it ourselves. But with the mantra, actually, we can purify the karma, even in the past, because of the compassion of Buddha. But this is somehow for me contradictory.
You keep saying this to me. Karma is contradictory, this is contradictory.
It's true, yes.
I think we should switch off the camera.
Okay.
So, in the sense of, if it's Buddha's wish to save you, as opposed to your wish to save yourself. So, the Buddhas are there to help you, to support you, to inspire you, but they won't do it for you. You have to decide to do it yourself. So it's a bit like doing anything in life. You know, you want to go on a diet, and so you say, oh, I really want to lose some weight, so I'm just going to sit here and my friend will diet for me. So my friend will eat for me, my friend will diet for me, and then my friend will lose weight, and that's me losing weight. That would be contradictory, you know? So in the same way, I think the Buddhas really want you to become enlightened, but when Buddha was asked, can you save us? You know, are you a saver in that sense? He said, no, I can't save you. And especially in the sutra system, you know, we're talking about two different systems, sutra system, tantric system. So in the sutric system, particularly, it's Buddha is there to educate you, to give you all the information truthfully, to give it all to you, and to inspire you to do it. In the tantric system, it's a bit different because of the power of the Buddha, the power of the objects. Then if you relate to those objects and you relate to Buddha, then really they can help you. You know, that really they can help you to purify countless amounts of negative karma from beginningless time. Like also within the sutra system, we don't talk about it much, but you know, the 35 Buddha, recite this name, you purify 8 eons of negative karma. Recite this name, you purify 30 eons of negative karma. So just by reciting the name, you can purify. And in here, in the last dedication, it says, where am I? May all living beings who see, hear, touch or remember me, even those who say my name, at that moment be released from their miseries and experience happiness forever. This is the same dedication 35 Buddhas made, the medicine Buddhas made. It's exactly the same dedication. So when you become enlightened, people will say, Ant Lady, 35 times or whatever it is. So you'll become Buddha Ant Lady. That would be very beneficial. To have somebody in Austria, in Vienna, who's enlightened. So your name will become a holy name. And there's all that dedication involved with the name. So it gives the name power, connected to that particular Buddha, connected to their particular promises. So they were making promises as bodhisattvas. If anybody sees, hears, touches, remembers me, they will be benefited in this particular way, as I explained yesterday. So they're not doing it for you, they're assisting you, they're helping you, they're supporting you. But we really need to feel we're doing it, you know, not they're doing it. I think this is important. It's an important point that you brought up, you know, because it sounds like they can do it for you because of their power, but actually they can't. They're going to assist you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
American lady masquerading as Viennese. Yes.
Looking at the list of things that the 7 Buddhas medicine Buddhas held back for, the things they want to do, I realize again how incredibly lucky I am because so very little of those things apply in my life. And I feel, oh my God, that's true. I
Oh
don't
my
have to
God.
deal with that. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking, okay, but the things I'm dealing with, I feel are really big anyhow, you know?
Yes.
But they don't show up here. So
Yes.
I'm wondering, is it because it's just a fact of like, deal with it, it's not that bad? Or is it because it wasn't that big a thing in their life, in their time, so it didn't come up for them? Or is there one of them that kind of is like, okay, an ideal also with baby problems?
Generic medicine Buddha.
You know? I don't know, like...
Of course, on behalf of everybody, we'd all like to know what the problem is.
Well, there's many problems. They're like, nobody loves me, and...
Well, that's true.
You know...
They all told me yesterday. We don't like her. There's a petition to get you out. So that's okay. That's the true one. Yeah? Anything else? I can put stamps on it.
I want to be validated in my fears.
Yeah, you've been validated. I think many people feel that, you know, this feeling of being unloved, or, you know, the family don't care about me, but they care more about my sister or my brother or something like this. Lama Zopa says, you know, you're surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas who absolutely love you. And so if you ever feel that you're alone, you're not, because you've always got the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas loving you and caring for you, you know? And I don't know if they love you or they don't love you.
No.
I don't, these people, I don't know, I have no idea. But I think you're all Sangha. Because you're all here together, you're all Sangha. And whether you like somebody or not, don't like somebody, it's tough luck. I really think it's tough luck. You need to get over this. You know, this idea of liking people, not liking people, based on very superficial things, isn't it? And so, when you put these things aside, the liking and the disliking, actually you start to see good qualities in everybody. And I think you need to do that towards everybody, and then everybody needs to do it towards everybody else. Instead of being so superficial and discriminatory, we need to open up to each other and recognize that actually each person is different, and we each have our foibles or our quirks or our weird stuff going on, but part of Sangha is that you accept that, and that's the way it is, you know? So if you say nobody loves you, if you said that, and I'm not saying you are really saying it, but if you said it, I think here, amongst these people, it wouldn't be true, because I feel that there is a good feeling of Sangha, that if you involve yourself with this group, then the support is there for people to be as they are, but also to support them to become better than they are. I think that's the way it should be. I've always been really impressed by this centre. I think you get very sincere, good people coming together. And I think that's what we need in Buddhism. Because if you don't have that, you're a weird person out there alone. You know, you sit on a meditation cushion and what are you doing? Meditating. Oh, you know, many people find this weird. Studying Buddhism. Oh, you know, why aren't you out dancing or going to the cinema or whatever? You're actually going against society when you're looking to enlightenment, you know? So you actually do need each other. Because when it gets difficult, you need people that you can relate to who say, yeah, you know, I've experienced that too. And they support you and help you in your quest for enlightenment. We need Sangha for that. And also, when you become enlightened, you have all those connections that you can help. You know, the Sangha that were there, you'll be able to help them. Like Buddha and the 5 disciples, who did he come back to teach? Those 5 people. So we do need this, we do need each other. But in everyday life, actually it's quite difficult to be changing and for people to love you. Because the usual thing with love in the West is love with attachment. So you've got to behave and be the way I expect you to be, so I can love you. And when you're changing, it's very difficult to be lovable. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because you may be going against society, against your family. So that's why it said, Buddhism is a secret practice. Stay the same on the outside, change the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So if it makes your mother happy to go shopping, go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
You know? There's one student from Slovenia, I think, and she told me when she was in India, she'd been wearing the same clothes for 3 years in India. Doesn't matter in India. You know, you wear cotton pants, they're ripped. Doesn't matter. She didn't cut her hair, she didn't wear makeup. And she said, I'm just about to go home and there's going to be big trouble because my mother will say, ooh, you know, you left in those pants and you're still wearing those pants 3 years later. And look at your hair, you haven't cut it for 3 years. She said, I know, I'm going to get attacked for everything. What should I do? You know, I've been doing all these retreats and all these practices, what should I do? And I said, you need to practice with your mother. If you don't practice with your mother, who will you practice with? So she said, what should I do? Well, what does your mother like doing? The first Sunday, she'll want to take me shopping. She'll buy me new clothes, get my hair cut, buy me some makeup, she'll want to do a makeover. Then if that makes your mother happy, you should do it. Right? Because you're on the Bodhisattva path. Not what you want, self-cherishing, but what your mother wants. Oh, she said, this is going to be so difficult. Exactly. This is the point, isn't it? We're all doing this practice to be able to do something difficult. Not always so easy. So she said, all right, I'm going to do it. So on the Sunday, sure enough, when she got home, her mother took her out. All day shopping. All day. This would drive me completely crazy, you know. Drove her crazy. Anyway, she did everything. She wrote to me and told me, I did everything. My mother was so happy. She wasn't. But what's not happy? The self-cherishing mind. Right? Not the other cherishing, but the self-cherishing mind is not happy. So I thought, oh, this is very good. Within 2 weeks, her mother was diagnosed with cancer. Within 2 weeks after this. It was all in a very short time. Very quickly, the mother was taken into hospital. The mother became very sick. Then, the mother said to the daughter, please write to Venerable and ask him, should I go into a private room or a public room because there's a doctor, blah, 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 blah. So she wrote to me and I said, why are you writing to me? Why are you asking me? I don't know your mother. No, but my mother really likes you. Because she told her mother afterwards about the shopping thing. So my mother really likes you. I said I'd go for the private room with the private doctor, which is anyway funded by the hospital. Within a week she was dead. I asked the daughter, how do you feel? She said, I'm so happy I did that shopping trip with my mother. And this is the way we should think. We don't know how much longer brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers are going to live. We don't know. We don't know how long we're going to live. But we know that we have today. We know we have now. Right? And so, if we can do something that's anti, A-N-T-I, not and, and with an I on the end, so against self-cherishing, anti-self-cherishing, this is the best thing we can do. So I often tell students, 6 days a week you sit on the cushion. The 7th day, you have to see your mother, or your father, or your brother, or your sister. The person that pokes at you, that says, are you married yet? You know, did you get a better job? You're still doing that. You're still going out with him. You know, this one, where you start feeling the irritability arising, this is the person you need to test. Whether you're changing, whether you've got more patience, more tolerance, more compassion. Because otherwise, if you keep doing it here, you think it's very good. You sit here and you think, oh, life, you know, the tankers, the statues, it's all so beautiful and the people are so nice, because nobody pokes you, you know, you need a poker. And then when somebody pokes you, how quickly does the irritability come up? How quickly does the compassion come up? We need to check, we need to test, right? So if you say, nobody loves me, then I'd say, how many people do you love? right? It's not about what they're doing to you, it's about what you're doing to them. So if whatever we don't like, we don't have resources, we need to practice generosity, even mentally, generosity. People aren't patient with us, we need to be more patient. People don't like us, we need to like people more, even when they're difficult. We need to change, create the karma to experience a different result, not the same result we've always been experiencing. You understand? So the general medicine Buddha, the blue one, he will help with anything. Lama Zopa says, they will fulfill any prayers that you make. Any prayers. So they have particular promises, but if you have a situation outside of the promises, whatever you pray for, they will fulfill. So that's why at the end of 35 Buddha, you recite 7 medicine Buddhas, because the 35 Buddhas will purify. The 7 medicine Buddhas will make sure that what you prayed for will happen. It will happen. Okay? I feel like I didn't take a breath. I said all that in one breath. What happens in Vienna? I stop breathing. Okay, so we'll do the sadhana. Now, yesterday, did you find the English difficult? If you did, put your hand up. You found it difficult. Even one is important. One person is important. So I thought we'll do 6 in Tibetan and 1 in English. Is that okay? 6 in Tibetan, 1 in English. So it means you don't have to do, I mean, I find the English myself, it seems to go on and on and on, whereas the Tibetan seems to go quite easily. The main thing is to know the meaning of it. So to say the English, so we get the meaning, and then at the end of the 7 recitations, then you have to say, may you vow to benefit all sentient beings, now ripen for myself and others. So, similar to yesterday, but we're going to do all 7. I will construct the 7 visualizations for you, while you're trying to get this visualization above your head. The prayer of request, the mandala offering, we did all that yesterday. And then we do all of the medicine Buddhas, not just one. Okay, any problem? Any questions?
I thought it was a little bit difficult for me yesterday.
Excellent.
Visualize something above my head, because normally you cannot see anything about your head.
Really?
That's right.
Yeah. You can, like I said yesterday, you can visualize here, but you've got a problem with the nectar. So what you could do is you can visualize here, Medicine Buddha and all the other 6 above. Then you could move them. So you could start here, and then you could move them, if you find that easier. Yeah? Or we can lend you a mirror. So you can look in the mirror, and then you think, well, that blue one's there, that one's there. So in a way, you know, when we're looking in the mirror, we are seeing the space above, but we don't usually see anything in the space above. It is difficult in the beginning, and often what people find is the medicine Buddhas are facing the wrong direction. Sometimes the medicine Buddhas facing that way, and then you think, well, that's not right, you know, we've got to turn them around. So the mind plays many tricks. When you're trying to control the mind, there's some games that go on, you know? And so you have to be flexible in your methods and understand what you've got to do, where you've got to get your mind to, this level of concentration. But at the moment we don't have that level of concentration, so how to work with it? You could start this way, building the visualization this way, and then you could say, well, now they move and they go above my head. And if that's still too difficult, then you could think the top one dissolving into nectar and coming in through the crown of your head from the front direction, and see how that works. So you can play with it and then tell me what works. Yeah? I don't have the hard fast rule about these things. There's a general way that we do it. The main thing is that the nectar should be coming down through the crown so that you get that feeling of purifying, cleansing. You really need to have that feeling of it. So if you need to play with the figures a little bit in order to get that, then I think that's okay. It's acceptable, yeah? So try that. Okay? We start. So I think first of all, thinking about your motivation for doing this practice, countless sentient beings suffering, having problems. Most of them we don't know. But we do know about our family, our friends, neighbours, people in our area. We do know certain people who are suffering, animals who are suffering. So we can take them as an example of the suffering of samsara. And then you can multiply those examples. Then you get the feeling, so many sentient beings suffering, having problems. Not just now, but from beginningless time. So now they're looking towards you, wanting you to help. There's nobody else to help them. You're the one with karmic connection with that person. It's you. And the only way you can help them is by becoming enlightened. So you motivate with bodhicitta. I will liberate all sentient beings from their suffering by myself alone. I will place them in the state of enlightenment by myself alone. And then you feel great joy that you found a practice, something that you can do. You have the Medicine Buddha practice, which will help you to liberate all sentient beings. And then about 10 centimeters above the crown of your head appears a lotus flower. In the center of the lotus is a white moon disk. And seated on the moon disk is your root guru, the Dharmakaya essence of all the Buddhas, in the form of the Medicine Buddha. He's blue in color and is radiating light from his body in every direction. In the gesture of giving the highest goal, his right hand rests on his right knee, holding a stem of the aurora plant between thumb and first finger. in the mudra of concentration. His left hand is holding a lapis lazuli bowl filled with nectar. He's seated in the full lotus posture, wearing the 3 red-coloured robes of a monk. And he has all the signs and qualities of a Buddha. We go for refuge. Sangye chodam soki chodam la jancho padu dagni kyatsu chi dagi jinso gipe sonam ki drola panchir sangye dropar shok Sangye chodam soki chodam la jancho padu dagni kyatsu chi dagi jinso gipe sonam ki drola panchir sangye dropar shok. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the sublime community, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. From the virtuous merits I collect by practicing giving and other perfections, may I quickly attain Buddhahood in order to lead each and every sentient being into that unsurpassable state. And the 4 immeasurables. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings never be separated from the happiness which is without suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from both attachment and hatred, holding some close and others distant. And special bodhicitta, especially for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will quickly, very quickly, attain the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. For this reason, I will practice the yoga method of the Guru Medicine Buddha. The 7-limb prayer. I prostrate to Guru Medicine Buddha. Each and every offering, including those actually performed and those mentally transformed, I present to you. I confess all non-virtuous actions accumulated since beginningless time. I rejoice in the virtues of both ordinary and noble beings. As our guide, I request you, O Buddha, to turn the wheel of Dharma until samsara ends. All virtues, both my own and those of others, I dedicate to the ripening of the 2 bodhicittas and the attainment of Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Now let's see if you remember. So not just visualizing Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and moon, the perfume, the flowers, but think of the things that you're attached to, or the people that you're attached to, and then offer to Buddha. So if you're really attached to flowers, offer a mountain of flowers. You're attached to smoking, offer cigarettes. You're attached to drinking, offer alcohol. Doesn't matter. What you're offering is the attachment. Saji Perki Joshin Meto Tramri Rablingji Nidegen Badi Sangye Jingdu Mite Uwa Yidro Konamdan Jingma Chubajo. This ground, anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun and the moon, I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Idam Guru Ratna Mangalakam Niryatayami. And again, you rejoice, feeling so happy that you've accumulated merit on behalf of all sentient beings. Then we have 3 prayers of request. We make the first request. I beseech you, Bhagavan Medicine Guru, whose sky-coloured holy body of the Mother Suzulai signifies omniscient wisdom and compassion as vast as limitless space, please grant me your blessings. From Om, between the Medicine Buddha's brows, eyebrows, the brow chakra, white light comes to your brow chakra, to your Om, completely purifying your body. All the harm that you've done with your body from beginningless time. Your body is transformed into light, completely purified. If there's any sickness, any discomfort in the body, you transform it into light. We make the second request. I beseech you, compassionate medicine guru, holding in your right hand the king of medicines, symbolizing your vow to help all the pitiful sentient beings plagued by the 424 diseases, please grant me your blessings. From Medicine Buddha's R in his throat chakra to the R in your throat chakra, red light, purifying all the negative speech from beginningless time. Your speech transforms into mantra. The third request. I beseech you, compassionate medicine guru, holding in your left hand a bowl of nectar, symbolizing your vow to give the glorious undying nectar of the Dharma, which eliminates the degenerations of sickness, old age and death. Please grant me your blessings. From home in the Medicine Buddha's heart chakra, blue light coming to the hum in your heart chakra, completely purifying your mind. All the negative thoughts, the negative karmas and delusions that you've accumulated from beginningless time, completely purified. Your mind becomes like the ocean or like the sky. This is the nature of your mind. Your mind is not the delusions. Your mind is not the obscuring thoughts. Your mind is clean, clear, vast and spacious. So remember, you have the Medicine Buddha above the crown of your head, blue in colour, holding the begging bowl. Above him is the Buddha, delightful king of clear knowing. His body is coral red. His right hand in the mudra of giving the highest goal. His left hand in the mudra of concentration. Above him, the Buddha melodious ocean of proclaimed Dharma, dark pink, hands in the mudra of expounding the Dharma. above him, Buddha Supreme Glory, free from sorrow, light pink, hands in the mudra of concentration. Then the Buddha, stainless excellent gold, pale golden yellow, hands in the mudra of expounding the Dharma. Then the Buddha, king of melodious sound, yellow in colour, right hand in the mudra of giving the highest goal, left hand in the mudra of concentration. And finally, the Buddha, renowned glorious king of excellent signs, gold in colour, right hand in the mudra of giving protection, and left hand in the mudra of concentration. We're on page 5. You're visualizing particularly the Buddha, renowned glorious king of excellent signs. So you know the other 6 are there, but you're particularly visualizing the 7th one. And then we recite 6 times in Tibetan. Dejin Shepadra Champayan Dabar Tobe Sangye Senle Yandra Klachak Salo. Dejin Shepadra Champayan Dabar Tobe Sangye Senle Yandra Klachak Salo. Dejin Shepadra Champayan Dabar Tobe Sangye Senle Yandra Klachak Salo. Dejin Shepadra Champayan Dabar Tobe Sangye Senle Yandra Klachak Salo. Dejin Shepadra Champayan Dabar Tobe Sangye Senle Yandra Klachak Salo. Dejin Shepadra Champayan Dabar Tobe Sangye Senle Yandra Klachak Salo. The fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully completed Buddha, having fully realized the absolute absolute truth of all phenomena, Buddha, renowned, glorious King of excellent signs, to you I prostrate and go for refuge, to you I make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. So glorious King of excellent signs dissolves into Buddha, King of melodious sound. As he dissolves, then the nectar starts to come down from the medicine Buddha's bowl. It comes through the crown of your head. It slowly works its way down through your body, all the way into your fingertips, all the way down to your toes, pushing all the suffering, the sickness, the pain, out through the lower part of your body, in the form of black, inky liquid, through your pores, through the lower doors. The second time the nectar comes down, it goes all the way down into your toes and comes back upwards, and floating on the top of the nectar is any remaining negativity. Black inky liquid, your sickness, your problems, your discomfort. It's pushed out through the crown of your head and then runs down your body. The third time the nectar comes down, like a light being switched on in a dark room. Instantaneously, any remaining negativities are completely purified. They vanish as if they never existed. If there's too much nectar, You can visualize your mother and your father sitting behind you, brothers and sisters, family. In front of you, anybody who's disturbing in your life, doesn't like you, doesn't agree with you, facing towards you. Surrounding you as far as the eye can see, countless sentient beings. So when the nectar overflows, there's so much nectar, it starts to go to your parents, your family, friends, people who don't like you, all sentient beings. They all want liberation from their suffering. They all want freedom from their pain, their sickness, just like you. Now we're on page 6. We're concentrating on the Buddha, King of Melodious Sound, yellow in colour. You want to connect with his power and energy, so he will help you to fulfill all your wishes. Then we recite 6 times. Dejin Shekladra Chombayan Dabar Zope Sangye Rinchen Dawadan Pema Raptu Gyampa Ziji Drayangi Gyapola Chaksalo Dejin Shekladra Chombayan Dabar Zope Sangye Rinchen Dawadan Pema Raptu Gyampa Ziji Drayangi Gyapola Chaksalo Dejin Shekpadra Chombayan Dakra Sope Sangye Rinchen Dawadan Pema Raptu Gyampa Ziji Drayangi Gyampola Chaksalo Dejin Shekpadra Chombayan Dakra Sope Sangye Rinchen Dawadan Pema Raptu Gyampa Ziji Drayangi Gyampola Chaksalo Dejin Shekpadra Chombayan Dabra Sope Sangye Rinchen Dawadan Pema Raptu Gyampa Ziji Drayangi Gyapola Chaksalo Dejin Shekpadra Chombayan Dabra Sope Sangye Rinchen Dawadan Pema Raptu Gyampa Ziji Drayangi Gyapola Chaksalo. The fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully completed Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, Buddha, King of melodious sound, brilliant radiance of skill, adorned with jewels, moon, and lotus, to you I prostrate and go for refuge, to you I make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. This Buddha dissolves into Buddha stainless excellent gold. And then the nectar starts to come down through the crown of your head. Again, you do the 3 purifications. Firstly, the nectar pushing all the negativities, the sicknesses, the discomfort out through the lower part of your body. Secondly, coming back upwards, pushing out through the crown. And the third time, like a light being switched on, all negativities vanish as if they never existed. Now focusing on Buddha stainless excellent gold. Pale golden yellow. And we recite. Dejin Bhadra Champayan Tapar Sope Sangye Sezandri Mela Chaksalo Dejin Bhadra Champayan Tapar Sope Sangye Sezandri Mela Chaksalo Dejin Bhadra Champayan Tapar Sope Sangye Sezandri Mela Chaksalo Dejin Bhadra Champayan Tapar Sope Sangye Sezandri Mela Chaksalo Dejin Bhadra Champayan Tapar Sope Sangye Sezandri Mela Chaksalo Dejin Bhadra Champayan Tapar Sope Sangye Sezandri Mela Chaksalo. The fully realized destroyer of all defilements, fully completed Buddha, having fully realized the absolute truth of all phenomena, Buddha stainless excellent gold, great jewel who accomplishes all vows. To you I prostrate and go for refuge, to you I make offerings. May your vow to benefit all sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. As he dissolves into the next Buddha, the Buddha supreme glory free from sorrow, then the nectar starts to flow down. The consistency of honey, each drop of nectar is a medicine Buddha. So every part of your body transforms into medicine Buddha vibration, medicine Buddha nectar. Your bones, your organs, as the nectar touches wherever it goes, it transforms. The sickness, the pain, the suffering, it transforms. Becomes blissful. Gives you the three purifications. If the nectar is overflowing, you include your family, your friends, difficult people, all sentient beings, particularly anybody you know who's sick, experiencing problems. They're sitting close to you. They're purifying in the same way that you are. Through your compassion, you're benefiting them, you're helping them. body feels heavy, saturated with nectar. And then slowly bring your awareness back to the room we're sitting in and the cushion we're sitting on. Remembering that you have Buddha's supreme glory, free from sorrow, that you're mainly concentrating on this Buddha. We're going to have a break. So during the break, remembering that all beings want to be free from sorrow, all beings want to be free of suffering. So we have a half-hour break.